Hello, welcome to The English Habit. I'm Layla, and I'm so happy you're here. This video is for beginner learners. Today, I'm talking with my friend Rose about nature and outdoor fun. It's slow and easy, so use the pictures to help. Let's begin. Rose, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Rose. Nice to meet everyone. I'm 25 years old from Boise, Idaho, in the United States. I work as a park ranger, and I love being outside.
Boise sounds beautiful. Thanks, Rose. Let's talk more. Okay, Rose, let's start with nature. What's a place in nature? What's a place in nature you love? Maybe somewhere you visit a lot? And why is it so special to you?
I love going to Boise River Greenbelt. It's a long path along the Boise River with trees, grass, and water everywhere. I visit it almost every weekend, sometimes with my dog or friends. It's special because it feels like my second home. I walk there in the morning and the air is fresh, with birds singing and leaves rustling. I bring a water bottle and sit by the river watching ducks swim. The path has benches and I rest there reading or just listening to the water. I've been going since I was a kid, riding bikes with my family, and now I take pictures of the flowers that grow along it, like wild daisies. In summer, it's busy with people fishing or picnicking, and I join them eating sandwiches under a tree. In winter, it's quiet with snow on the ground, and I walk to see how pretty it looks. The greenbelt changes with the seasons, and I love that. One time I saw a deer by the river, and it felt magical, like I was in a story. I work as a park ranger nearby, so I know every bend in the path, and it makes me feel connected to nature. I think it's special because it's peaceful but alive with animals and people, and it's where I go to think or laugh with friends. I could spend all day there just breathing and watching the world.
That sounds so peaceful, Rose. I want to visit Boise now. What about another nature spot? Maybe somewhere you've been on a trip or love for a different reason.
Um, I went to Yellowstone National Park last year, and it was amazing. It's a huge park with geysers, mountains, and forests, a few hours from Boise. My favorite part was Old Faithful, a geyser that shoots hot water into the air every hour. I stood there with my brother watching steam rise, and it felt like nature was showing off. The ground was colorful with yellow and orange from the heat, and I smelled sulfur, which was weird but cool. We hiked trails seeing bison and elk, and I took so many pictures of the trees and lakes. One day we camped by a river cooking hot dogs over a fire, and the stars were bright like a blanket above us. Yellowstone was different from Boise because it's wild and big with noises like geysers popping and animals moving. I loved the quiet mornings, sitting by a lake with coffee, watching mist rise. I bought a map there and I still look at it dreaming of going back. In Boise, I tell my friends about it and we plan trips, maybe to see bears or more geysers. Yellowstone taught me how nature can be strong and gentle at once, and I felt small but happy there. I want to return with better hiking boots and explore deeper, maybe find a waterfall or a hidden spot. That trip made me love nature more because every step showed me something new, like a painting I didn't know existed.
Wow, Rose, Yellowstone sounds incredible. Let's talk about outdoor fun. What's an outdoor activity you enjoy, and how did you start doing it?
I love hiking, and I've been doing it since I was a teenager. I hike in the hills around Boise, usually on weekends, for a few hours with my dog. It's fun because I get to move and see trees, rocks, and views from the top. I started with my dad, who took me on easy trails when I was 14. He'd carry a backpack with water and snacks, and we'd talk about birds or plants. I'd get tired, but the top made it worth it, with wind in my face and the city far below. Now I go with friends or alone wearing good shoes and a hat. I bring a map and my phone for pictures, capturing mountains or rivers. My favorite trail has a lake, and I sit there eating an apple, listening to frogs. Hiking's exercise, but it feels like play because I jump over rocks or chase my dog. In summer, I hike early to avoid heat, and in fall, I love the orange leaves crunching under my feet. I've learned names of trees, like pine, and flowers, like lupine, from my ranger job. One time I got lost but found the path with my map, and it was scary but exciting. I want to hike more, maybe try a longer trail with a tent, cooking outside. Hiking makes me strong and happy because it's me and nature, and every step feels like a new friend.
That sounds so adventurous, Rose. I'm thinking of hiking too. What's an outdoor fun dream you have? Maybe a place or activity you want to try?
My big dream is to kayak in Alaska. I've seen pictures of Alaska with icy water, mountains, and whales, and I want to paddle there. I'd rent a kayak and go on a lake or river wearing a life jacket and warm clothes because it's cold. I'd start in the morning watching the sun reflect on the water and listen to waves and birds. I've kayaked in Boise's rivers a little, but Alaska would be bigger with glaciers and maybe seals. I'd learn from a guide, practicing how to paddle and turn, maybe laughing when I wobble. I'd bring a camera to take pictures of mountains and ice and eat lunch on shore like soup from a thermos. I'd stay for a week, camping by the water, hearing nature at night. I'd learn words like kayak in another language if I meet people and draw the scenery in a notebook. Alaska would feel wild, like a story, and I'd feel brave paddling through it. Another dream is rock climbing in Utah, because I've seen red cliffs there. I'd wear a harness and climb with a friend, reaching the top to see the desert. I'd learn to tie knots and use ropes, maybe slipping but trying again. Utah's hot, so I'd drink water and rest in shade, eating fruit. I'd take pictures of the rocks and sky, sharing them with my ranger team. Alaska and Utah are my dreams, but I'd explore anywhere with nature and challenge. Outdoor fun is my joy, and I want to chase every trail, water, and cliff, bringing that love to everyone I know.
This was so exciting, Rose. Now I want to hear your questions. What do you want to ask me?
Leela, what's the nature spot you love?
I love Green Lake in Seattle. It's a calm lake with trees, perfect for walking and thinking.
Nice. What steps an outdoor dream?
I'd love to camp in the Canadian Rockies, sleeping under stars and hiking mountains.
That sounds awesome. Thanks, Lila.
Thank you, Rose. Everyone, like and subscribe to The English Habit. New videos every day. Bye. Hello, welcome back to The English Habit. I'm Lila, and I'm thrilled you're here for part 2. This video is for beginner learners, and we're continuing our chat with my friend Rose about nature and outdoor fun. It's slow and clear, so use the pictures to help. Rose, ready for more?
Hi everyone, I'm Rose, and yes, I'm excited. I love talking about nature, so let's keep going.
Great. Let's dive back into the outdoors with more questions. Okay, Rose, we talked about the Boise River Greenbelt and hiking last time. Let's explore another nature spot you love. What's a place in nature near Boise that you enjoy, and why does it mean so much to you?
I really love Table Rock, a big hill near Boise with a flat top. I go there a lot, maybe twice a month, especially when I need to clear my mind. It's special because it's high up and you can see the whole city below with lights twinkling at night. I hike up with my dog and it takes about an hour, but the view makes it worth it. The path is rocky with sagebrush and wildflowers, and I love the smell of the dry air. In spring, the hill is green with yellow blooms, and in fall, the colors turn red and gold like a painting. I sit on the rocks at the top, eating a sandwich or drinking water, and watch hawks fly. One time, I saw a sunset there with orange and pink sky, and it felt like the world stopped. I go with friends sometimes and we talk about life, laughing as the wind blows. As a park ranger, I know the trails well and I help visitors find their way, which makes me feel proud. Table Rock is quiet, but it's alive with sounds like wind and birds, and it's where I go when I'm happy or sad. I take pictures of the view and share them at work, and my coworkers love hearing about it. In winter, it's snowy and I walk carefully, but the silence is beautiful. I think it means so much because it's my place to breathe, to see how small I am but how big nature is. I could stay up there forever, just watching and feeling free.
That sounds so breathtaking, Rose. I can imagine that view. What about a nature experience you had somewhere else, maybe on a trip or a memory that stands out?
Last summer, I went to the Grand Canyon in Arizona and it was unforgettable. It's this huge canyon with red and brown cliffs, carved by a river over millions of years. I drove there with my cousin, and when we arrived, I couldn't believe how deep it was, like a giant scar in the earth. We walked along the rim, and I took pictures of the layers of rock, all different colors, and the river far below. The air was dry, and I heard wind whistling through the canyon, which was so wild. We sat on a bench, eating trail mix, and watched the sunset, turning the cliffs orange and purple. One day, we hiked a short trail down, and my legs shook, but the view got better with every step. I saw a condor, a big bird flying, and it felt like I was in a movie. At night, we camped, hearing coyotes howl, and the stars were so bright I didn't need a flashlight. The Grand Canyon was different from Boise because it's so old and big, and I felt tiny but amazed. I bought a postcard there with a picture of the canyon, and I keep it on my fridge. Back home, I tell my ranger team about it, and we plan to go again, maybe with better hiking gear. That trip showed me nature's power, how it shapes the world, and I dream of seeing more, like the bottom of the canyon someday. It's a memory I'll carry, with dust on my shoes and wonder in my heart.
Wow. Rose, the Grand Canyon sounds incredible. Let's talk more about outdoor fun. What's another activity you enjoy outside? And how did you get into it?
I enjoy camping, and I've been doing it since I was a kid. I camp in the forests near Boise, usually for a night or two, with a tent and sleeping bag. It's fun because I get to sleep under trees and wake up to birds. I started with my family when I was 12, and we drive to a lake, set up a tent, and cook hot dogs over a fire. My dad taught me to build the fire, and I'd roast marshmallows, burning some but laughing. Now I go with friends, bringing a cooler with food and a lantern for night. I love setting up the tent, hearing leaves crunch and smelling pine. We play cards by the fire, telling stories, and I sleep to the sound of crickets. In summer, I swim in the lake if it's warm, and in fall, I hike around collecting pretty leaves. Camping's relaxing, but it's work too, like packing and cleaning up, which makes me feel strong. One time it rained and we stayed dry in the tent playing games, which was cozy. I've learned to pack light with a jacket and snacks from my ranger job. I want to camp more, maybe with a bigger tent for more friends. Camping connects me to nature because I'm part of it, not just watching, and every trip feels like a new chapter.
That sounds so cozy, Rose. I want to try camping now. What's an outdoor fun dream you have? Maybe a new place or activity you want to explore?
My big dream is to ski in Colorado. I've seen snowy mountains there, like in Aspen, and I want to glide down them on skis. I'd rent gear and take lessons, learning to turn and stop, probably falling a lot, but laughing. I'd start on a small hill, feeling the cold wind and watch the snow sparkle under the sun. I'd wear a warm coat and gloves, because Colorado's chilly, and sip hot chocolate after. I'd stay in a cabin hearing the fire crackle and ski every day for a week. I've skied a little in Boise's Hill, but Colorado would be bigger, with lifts and trees to weave through. I'd take pictures of the peaks and share them with my ranger friends who'd cheer me on. I'd learn words like slope and lift from instructors and sketch the mountains in a notebook. Skiing would feel fast and free, like flying, and I'd feel brave trying it. Another dream is snorkeling in Hawaii, because I love water. I'd swim with a mask, seeing fish and coral, maybe turtles in warm blue waves. I'd stay on a beach, eating pineapple, and snorkel every morning. Hawaii's colorful, and I'd take photos underwater, sharing them with my dog at home. Colorado and Hawaii are my dreams, but I'd explore anywhere with nature and adventure. Outdoor fun is my heart, and I want to chase every slope, wave, and forest, bringing that joy to everyone I meet.
This was so thrilling, Rose. Now I want to hear your questions. What do you want to ask me?
Leela, what's an outdoor spot you love?
I love Mount Rainier near Seattle. It's a big mountain with snow, perfect for views and walks.
Nice. What's just an outdoor dream?
I'd love to sail in the Caribbean, feeling the sea and seeing islands every day.
That sounds amazing. Thanks, Lila.
Thank you, Rose. Everyone, like and subscribe to The English Habit. New videos every day. Bye.